Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement, so go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the sign of Libra. We're going to get right into it, Libra, and get out your 3 angel messages. For the week, this is going to be for August 11th to the 17th. And right away we have finances and career, a card that's been coming out all month for the soulmate readings, the weeklies and the monthlies. We have chemistry. Oh wow, this is a beautiful card. I love this. Chemistry, talking about really strong attraction for each other. And then we have you deserve love, another card that comes up quite regularly. All right, so, and we're going to pull out your animal spirit cards. This is a new addition to the weekly format, just to help us get a chance to look into what kind of elements you'll be dealing with, what kind of personalities you're going to be engaging with this week. Now, you could be resonating with any of these animal spirits, or your person could be resonating with any of them, right? So we will see what kind of elements you're dealing with this week. Butterfly energy, beautiful. All right. And we have rabbit, earth energy. Butterfly energy obviously was air energy. And then we have beaver, beautiful, water energy actually. So that's beautiful. We have fire, we have air, earth, and water. No fire this week. So let me quickly go over these 3 animal spirits. We have the butterflies, beautiful. Butterfly talking about clearly transformation, creativity, right? The butterfly has an enormous amount of stamina, enormous amount of strength in a way, right? More stamina than strength, to be able to go on for long distances. So the butterfly brings with it that kind of strength and transformation, strength and creativity that's required for true self-transformation. Butterfly energy is comes into your life at a time when you really need a little bit of help trying to find yourself again in terms of your own creativity. In terms of the changes you may be going through in your life. You know, this is great change happening in your life when you get the butterfly element coming in. And this change usually involves also relationships, all right? So this is, the butterfly is more specifically talking about self-transformation through relationships with others. Now we have the rabbit, which is also an earth elemental. And the rabbit is quite interesting because the rabbit is a very skittish creature, very scared, very paranoid. You know, the poor rabbit, you see there's a red color of red. It's almost like, you know, stop, you know, alarm, because the rabbit is always alarmed. The rabbit is always worried. You know, rabbit energy is like that friend of yours who's always bemoaning their bad luck, bemoaning their bad fate. You know, with my kind of luck, I'll probably get, you know, lose the job or whatever, right? So the rabbit is a very skittish animal, a very frightened animal, all right? And so when you're dealing with rabbit energy, or somebody who is embodying rabbit energy, just take care that it doesn't infect you, right? I mean, it's like it can be catching that sense of paranoia and worry. It's, you know, and also it could be also if you're dealing with someone, right? Because this is not only being very afraid, it can also be very overwhelmed, unable to move. You ever notice a rabbit when it's caught in the headlights, it like just freezes, right? So if you're dealing with somebody who's exhibiting this kind of energy, you just, you know, it's hard to witness, right? I'm an empathic reader, so sometimes certain cards or certain readings will, you know, give me certain feelings, and at times the rabbit is quite funny to me. But in this particular instance, I don't feel that from this personality, right? I feel very empathetic and concerned for this rabbit energy. So for those of you Libras who are dealing with rabbit energy this week, just understand that, you know, this particular rabbit elemental, this particular rabbit spirit energy, it's more to do with just being very overwhelmed, someone who's frozen in a way. They're unable to make any decisions. And I think that this particular week, the rabbit is to witness the rabbit can be quite heartbreaking, right? Because you're witnessing somebody that, for all intents and purposes, just can't move forward in life because they're just always so afraid, always so tense. Then we have the beaver. Beaver is water energy. The beaver is that tireless animal that will do everything it can to build its lodge, right? Its home on the water. It lives on the water. But it lives on a structure that's made out of earth on the water. So the beaver is, again, another very earthly creature, but just embodies that water energy. Very caring. The beaver is the family animal, the family spirit. You know, everything is done for the family. It's extremely hardworking. Right? Once a beaver takes on a task, it will continue that task until it's finished. But the tasks that the beaver take on are almost always to do with family, children, you know what I mean? Supporting the home. All right? So these are your three elementals. We're going to get right into a series of forecasts for your week, Libra. This is also part of my new format for the weeklies, so that we can look at a lot more scenarios than just the one. For the singular scenario with your mate or with your lover, you can check out my Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine weekly readings for your sign, which I will be putting out this week. All right, guys, so Libra, let's get right into your spread or spreads. I do about 7 to 8 forecasts per session for each of the weeklies. So let's get right into it. We have 5 of Cups. We have Page of Wands. And we have the Devil. Interesting. All right. So the Devil came right out yesterday for the first reading as well, for one of the signs. Let me move everything up a little bit, guys. Sorry. All right. So first out the gate, some of you are dealing with a 5 of Cups type of energy. You know, 5 of Cups energy is just crying over crying over past hurts, still ruminating over past relationships. So some of you are still kind of in a mourning phase over a past relationship, right? And then what happens this week, somebody comes in with an offer or a message, and it just kind of perks you right up, right? It really does. But be careful, because this message or this connection that this person is making with this Page of Wands, right? This person is a very fiery individual. And it's almost like they come into your life at a time when you're quite miserable, you're quite sad, you're quite down, and they have all of this energy. But take care, because this type of person that's coming in could be an old friend or somebody you know. They oftentimes, when they come into your life, they take you over to the dark side. They take you over to the easy side, the Devil energy. Now, Devil energy, of course, is Capricorn. So Devil energy is all about creativity. It's all about that, the passion that we use to create things with, right? However, when this energy isn't focused in a spiritual way, or in some kind of ultimate goal, like altruistic goal, right? You then become a slave to your passions. You become a slave. Sorry about the background noise, folks. You become a slave to your desires. And what ends up happening is that can lead to addiction. So be careful. Some of you this week are feeling quite down. But you have somebody coming into your life. This person may be somebody you know. Okay, somebody that you've had this kind of interaction with before. I want to say that this person is probably somebody who kind of comes in and out of your life, but whenever they come in your life, it's at a time when you're feeling quite down, and what they bring with it is a possibility of you then sliding back into old habits that are not good for you at all. We have Justice, Emperor, Aries energy, and we have Two of Cups. All right, so this came out exactly the same 3 cards came out. I remember yesterday. It's very, very interesting. Also, I think it was for, I would say Virgo or Leo. But in any case, we have Justice, the Emperor, and Cups, right? So Justice means you're waiting. You're waiting right now, or you're in the middle right now of some kind of legal battle, some kind of, evening the scales, right? But this is an official capacity, right? So some of you may be waiting for a divorce. You may be waiting for something that involves your finances or career, a decision of some sort to come down, right? Now, this decision is going to provide for your stability, which is Aries energy, Emperor, it's going to, in a way, put you right back in the leadership role. It's going to put you right back in control of your life. It's going to bring stability into your life, right? And it's going to have a knock-on effect on your love life, interestingly enough. I wonder if some of you aren't waiting for this decision to come through so that you can go ahead with another person. Like I said, it could be a divorce or a separation, could be something to do with the job, but whatever the case may be, if you can see the Emperor there, he's like looking. His eyes are turned to the side, you can see there, right? So looking over at Justice, you can imagine. So it's like you're keeping your eye on what's going on with the court case. Now, this could be your lover as well who's going through a court case. This is not necessarily you, but you are Aries, and you are the Emperor in this scenario, kind of waiting for this all to happen so that when it is done, you can go forward with your love connection. Now we have another King. King, are we going to do this again? Okay, because yesterday we had 3 kings come up in a row. King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and 5 of Wands. Okay, so some of you Libras out there are coming head to head with an adversary. Okay, this adversary is wealthy. They have a lot of money. But you have a lot of passion. Okay, Libra, you have a lot of passion. Now, you could be the one with all the, you could be the King of Pentacles coming up against a King of Wands also. But whichever king it is that you resonate with in terms of you identify with, you guys are in the middle of a power struggle with this 5 of Wands. Okay, so you guys could be fighting over a partner, right? Fighting over a woman or a man. You could be arguing over territory, right? Now, you could be in a relationship with each other and having this power struggle. Whatever the case is, whatever the dynamic of the actual relationship is, you guys are fighting this week and arguing. And also, this person is certainly somebody that you consider an equal. Okay, so this is like, the battle of the giants, battle of the titans, right? You're both kings. And so, yeah, this is the week where you guys really kind of hash out some of your problems, right? Some of your issues, okay? It could also be, I want to say that for some of you, just as an aside, for some of you, if you've just recently met someone, or this may be a friend, you ever have one of those friendships with somebody where there's this latent kind of sexual tension underneath the surface, and you guys are only friends, but every time you come near each other, it's like you bicker, you argue, you tease each other. You don't mean it badly, but you do it in a kind of flirty way because it's the only way you know how to really get at each other, because secretly you like each other. So for some of you, that is going to be the scenario this week. There's going to be somebody in your life, and you guys are just going to be going back and forth. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of your friends says, "Oh my God, just get a room already." You have Temperance, 6 of Wands, and 5 of Cups. So some of you are dealing with an issue this week of certainly a payback. It's a payback issue, I want to say. You're exercising temperance, right? You're exercising temperance with somebody who may have been very cruel to you. You realize perhaps that you do deserve love, right? Temperance is control over the self, right? And so you're exercising your temperance and your control. And as a result of all of that, you have a victory that comes in this week, right? 6 of Wands talks all about victories. victories that people can see. So it's like you're vindicated. I want to say that you're vindicated about a particular issue. It could be, I want to say that it could be that you were having a power struggle. 5 is the number for power struggle. 5 of Pentacles talks about a power struggle that you have with somebody that leaves you paying the financial price, right? So for instance, if you're having an argument with your roommate or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and suddenly you have to move or they have to move, and now you're forced paying rent by yourself, or you're forced to have to find a place to live. That's the kind of thing we're talking about with 5 of Pentacles. When there's a battle of wills, or there's a power struggle, and then you come out, not the loser so much, but you certainly come out of it having to pay financially. Now, I think some of you are reeling from an experience like that, but you've been very good to temper yourself. I want to say that this experience is probably giving you a sense of transformation with that butterfly energy. And then this week you get a sense of comeuppance or vindication with this particular scenario. With a victory of some sort. Maybe some information comes out that vindicates you or makes your other person look like they're the idiot. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, you certainly get your vindication this week. We have 7 of Cups, we have the Moon energy, and we have Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay, for some of you, right, you're feeling... wow. Okay, so 7 of Cups is interesting. You've really been kind of daydreaming and wishing for a lot, what you want in your life, and most importantly, some of you have been daydreaming about opportunities coming into your life. Now, these opportunities, everybody else may have been trying to tell you that, that's ridiculous, how can you possibly want that, or how can you possibly think that that's what you're going to get, because 7 of Cups is the card of delusions, right? Delusions and illusions. So, but nevertheless, you've really been wishing on this one thing, I want to say, for quite some time. And it's almost as if the opportunity finally comes in for you to have it. There's a lot of mystery surrounded around it, though, right? And of course, the Moon indicates, things that are unseen. Can also indicate feelings that are unseen, right? And so... it's interesting. I want to say that your friends may not understand why you're wishing this wish. I think that maybe some of the emotions you have around it, you're keeping to yourself. You don't necessarily want to tell everybody about. But this week is very, very interesting for those who are resonating with this reading, because the opportunity, an opportunity comes in that gets you as close as you can to this goal, right? If not to the goal, it gets you very close to the goal. But again... the opportunity is not going to present itself right out in the open. It's going to be a veiled opportunity. So some of you Librans out there are going to have to, be clever enough to kind of sift through all of the information that comes your way this week to see where this opportunity lies. For some of you, there is a strong, strong opportunity for you to get your dream this week, but you have to search for it. You have to figure out which one it is of all the things coming your way. We have Death, 7 of Wands, and we have the World card. Okay, so some of you are going through a huge transformation in terms of emotionally, spiritually, physically, in all areas of your life. You may be moving. You may be getting a new job. Your finances may be taking a huge shift. Okay? But you find yourself having to defend this transformation, right? Again, butterfly energy is coming in for you. You find yourself having to defend this change that's going on in your life from others around you. And I think what's going to happen this week is you're going to find out who your real friends are. All right, Libra, because your real friends are going to support you in this change. And those people who are kind of knocking you, who you feel like 7 of Wands is very much like me against the world energy, right? You can see him standing there. He's pretty much standing on top of the world in a way. And just fighting off everything. It's like, look, why do I have to fight you guys? 7 of Wands talks about coming up with solutions, creative solutions to obstacles that come in your way, because you just have that much determination to get your dream, right? And so I think this week, this is what happens. And as a result of that, you find yourself kind of slimming your life down a little bit because you realize who your true friends are, right? And then the world, you also find yourself kind of like in this space this week where everything feels very karmic. Everything feels very destined. It feels like this was meant to happen. You know what I mean? And you come out of the week feeling very good, I think, and having really slimmed down. This is for some of you who have just way too many friends that are full of shit, basically, and you need to slim them down to like a few friends who you really care about and who really care about you. And I think this week is all about that exercise. Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and Queen of Cups. Wow. All right, so some of you, interestingly enough, some of you are going to be having a sit-down conversation with your partner. I want to say usually my readings are not gender-specific, and in fact, they're never really gender-specific, but this could very much be a same-sex relationship. And that's not to say just because it's two queens, but just because of, this is how I feel. We have Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. My intuition is telling me that this may very well be a same-sex relationship, but nevertheless, you guys are on two sides of a money issue. Okay, again, finances and career are coming up. You're on two sides of a money issue. One of you is feeling it, and one of you is very, very logical. And one of you are like, well, come on, we need to spend the money, you know, life is short. And the other person is like, uh-oh, hang on, no, we need to budget, because if we don't budget, we're not going to be able to have a life. You know what I'm saying? So this week, some of you are going through that with your partner or your, you know, your lover, your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever the case may be. And it's a big deal, right? It's a big deal because it's like this is something that's really affecting your relationship, right? It's going to come to a head. It may start off as an argument, but it's like it's going to be a running kind of argument throughout the week, you know, where you guys are going to keep coming back to this subject and hashing it out. Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, and this is the last spread, Ten of Cups. All right, Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Ten of Cups. So for some of you, an opportunity has presented itself and you are absolutely getting ready, right, to take this opportunity. You're doing everything you can to ready your chariot. It's as if somebody's come and said, hey, we have this opportunity for you. We want you to go to this country and set up this office, right? And you're just like, oh, wow. You're like, you're just so, you're ready. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's the one that you've wanted. And you're working this week very hard to get all your ducks in a row so that you can go ahead on your path. You have a Ten of Cups. It's quite interesting because you are with somebody who, this is a very interesting spread because some of you who are going to resonate with this, you are with somebody that you love very much. You have a very, very happy home life. However, you have to move. You have to go on this journey because of this opportunity. This could very well be a case of like you're with somebody, you're like, okay, honey, I'm going to leave. Or sweetheart, I'm going to go and do this, you know, and, you know, we're going to be apart from each other for a little while until we come back together, right? But interestingly enough, you have a Ten of Cups. So you guys part your person, right? You leave your person, I want to say, on this journey in a way, solo, right? But you leave on a really good note. You guys are happy, you're in love and everything. However, it ends up being the end of the relationship. Tens are the end of one relationship and the beginning of another. Now, it could very well be that this just becomes the end of this stage of your relationship, right? Until you head off into this new stage as a result of this opportunity, and maybe the relationship follows you. But I almost want to say for some of you, it may even be one of these scenarios like you move for a job, you expect to get settled and bring your family or your lover or your husband or wife with you, right? But what ends up happening is that doesn't end up happening. And you end up meeting somewhere else or going, you know, it just doesn't end up happening. And then there's a possibility what ends up happening is that this happy life that you have with this person just comes to an end. And this isn't necessarily sad, right? Because where you're going on to this new stage that is so big and so diverse. This is not a case of breaking up, okay, or heartbreaks. This is just a case of life taking you in two different directions, and then when you realize it, you guys have nothing in common anymore, or you just can't come back together anymore because life is just taking you too far away from each other. This is not to say that the person you left behind is going to be sad and heartbroken either. This is going to be a very mutual kind of separation, all right? Now, this is not for sure to happen, but this is certainly a message that's coming through that for some of you, you're going to be moving or leaving your very happy kind of home life in a way for this opportunity, but it will be the last time that you have that home life. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. This is your reading for the week of August 11th to the 24th, my lovely Libras. Please sound off below. Let me know if you enjoy this new weekly format. Like, subscribe, and share if this resonates with you. Help me grow my channel. That little like and that little subscribe really does wonders for me. It really helps me out a lot. And so I really appreciate it for all of you who do that. For my newbies, people who are just coming to my channel, thank you for watching. I do hope that you also subscribe. And for now, I'm just going to tell you, Libra, I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.